Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is from J. Mattingly. This is Legacy of Love, a barrel pick done for Holly's Package Store in Greentown, Indiana, coming in at a 56.5% ABV. So for full disclosure, this bottle was given to us for a review sample to talk about and a review, so just keeping that transparency open. So Holly's Package Store, which is located in Greentown, Indiana, is doing some phenomenal things very quickly. Everything from their bourbon selection to their pricing to actually going out and doing these barrel picks. And they more recently did this one with J. Mattingly. So what they've essentially done here, the Legacy of Love, is a homage to Rich Lacey, which is their last name, and to his mom and his dad. So the Legacy of Love is that mix of both sweet and spicy, as with all relationships are. So I love the idea that this was a commemorative release for his parents, and his mom got to actually help pick this as well, which is even a better story to everything. Personally, I have not delved into J. Mattingly, but this one, they do tell us, does come from both Kentucky and Indiana, and then bottled there in Kentucky at the facility itself. Let's just go ahead and jump into things. As always, we're going to be trying it two different ways. First way, neat, no ice, no water. Second way, we'll add just a drop of water, see if anything changes up. Now, one cool thing is when you do a barrel pick with J. Mattingly, not only do you get to name it and do all the fun things like that, but you also get to pick your wax on top, which just in time for Valentine's Day, hopefully, you'll get these awesome things. And again, this is exclusive to that location as well. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit, become a member if you'd like. I will be doing some other J. Mattingly reviews over the barrel picks that they have done. When those are live, they'll be linked up above and down below. And if you're interested in visiting Holly's Package Store, I'll also put a link to their Facebook page, so you can go check them out and kind of look them up and visit them if you're interested. Either way, give them a follow. Great people over there. Beautiful dark color. Kind of just a little bit of a dark oakiness to it. It's gorgeous. Let's go for notes. So right away, you definitely get the idea behind this bottling. It is a bit of sweet and spicy. And if I had to guess, being that they're doing both Indiana and Kentucky, they're probably using the Kentucky portion for the sweet, bringing a nice solid bourbon, and using the spicy side for some Indiana rye. Because you do get a bit of herbal and a little bit medicinal, almost mintiness going on. Like a little bit of green grassy as well. But the bourbon side is bringing in that oak, vanilla, caramels, and almost a cherry sweetness. Almost cherry syrup. As you keep going back, you get a little bit of the wood sugar sweetness, along with a little bit of an oiliness. It's not super strong on the nose, just barely pinprick, just kind of showing up. But overall, it is a beautiful blend of both sweet and spiciness with that bit of cherry characteristics, that herbal medicinal mintiness. I love that nose. No ABV, nothing harsh, no off notes. All right, let's go for a taste. And it comes across in the taste too. Right away, you get kind of a green apple sweet tartness going on. A little bit of baking spices in here as well. Almost like grandma's kitchen. A little bit of cinnamon, clove, nutmeg. Oils are clinging perfectly to the palate as well. You're then followed up with a little bit of that Kentucky hug. Got a little warmth going on. But you're also getting that bit of like homemade caramels and the charriness from that cask, a little bit of oak in there as well. Here in the finish, a little pepperiness, but that bit of sweet from the apple side and a little tartness is still showing up with that bit of cherry I was getting on the nose as well. That is a really good sip. Second sip here, it just keeps doubling down on the apple sweetness. Again, for me, it's like a beautifully Granny Smith apple, almost apple pie. Like if you're making an apple pie, you always want a little bit of Granny Smith's in there. It kind of helps cut the over sweetness of a red apple, adds that little tart layer in there. That's what it is. You get the sweet, the spicy, the cloves, and it just, again, is a beautiful example of a well-blended whiskey. It's easy going, even at the high ABV at 56, it's gorgeously soft on there. It's not overly bitey or alcohol driven, just a good solid sip. For me, that finish is just nice and soft and simple. It's a hard one to argue with. That is really good. All right, Let's add a little drop of water, see what changes up here, see if we find any additional notes. Just doing a small little bit of water in here. We're not going to want to proof it down too much. All right, so we let that water kind of intermingle here with the whiskey. So let's go for notes. Honestly, they're very similar. It's dialed back a good, I'd say 20 to 30% in the complexities, which tends to happen. That's nothing against the whiskey itself. But you do get a little bit of, what's that note? Almost pralines. Like a praline nuttiness going on there. So it's kind of a burnt sugars and nuttiness going on. Well, that's fun. Don't find it really over here. I'm getting a lot more kind of cohesive spiciness and sweet factors here. They're kind of intermingled, but I'm really kind of digging that praline note. Huh. All right, let's go for a taste. Honestly, that's just as good. It gets a little stronger in not only the green tart apple, but a little bit more Kentucky influence here. You're getting a little bit stronger, bolder bourbon side of things, if you want to say. Your oak, your vanilla, your caramel are very present on this. It honestly drinks less of a rye characteristic and more of just a good solid build bourbon overall. A lot of your sweetness has been dialed back, and it's not quite as complex as the neat version is, but it's still a really solid sip. Yeah, overall, it's really solid. Let's go back to the neat version here. That is really darn good on the neat version. As always, it doesn't matter what you drink or how you drink it, as long as you enjoy it. This ain't half bad, but honestly, all your beautiful characteristics are right over here on the neat version. If anything, add that drop of water to acclimate yourself, but work your way back up to that neat version, because that's what you're aiming for on this bottle. That is gorgeous. All right, let's talk about market price, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So again, this can actually be picked up at Holly's Package Store in Greentown, Indiana, and they're charging about $117 for this. And looking at some other J. Mattingly releases, they tend to run anywhere between $100 all the way up to $150. Now again, each of those are going to be bottled for a different reason, different blends, and you get to really kind of hone in what flavors you're aiming for. And to be honest, it's a really darn good sip. I think $117 is not a bad asking price, especially because part of that is the story and being a commemoration to love. What better way to do that than through whiskey, in my opinion? And the flavors back it up. It's a really solid pour, highly recommended. And for my first J. Mattingly release that I've got to try and review, I give it a big thumbs up. I'm excited to kind of do a deeper dive on them overall. And again, if you're interested in learning about Holly's Package Store, a link to their Facebook page will be down in the description area below. Go show them some love. Haha, I made it funny, didn't I? So yeah, there you have it, folks. J. Mattingly, LegACY of Love. If you have any questions about the bottle itself, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any specific spirits I should go looking for, also let me know down below. Love doing these reviews and sharing with you the experience at home. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I really like it might